Why I refuse to become this kind of influencer. Today, I'm not making this video because of Andrew Tate. I'm making it because what Andrew Tate represents. Every day, millions of people scroll through social media looking for answers. How do I become successful? How do I become confident? How do I find relationship? How do I become happy? Unfortunately, social media rewards people who sound most certain, not the people who are the most accurate. As a psychologist, that's concerning. Because when misinformation reaches millions of people, it doesn't just create bad opinions, it can change lives for worse. That's one of the biggest reasons I started this channel. Not to tell you what to think, but to help you think more critically. The problem isn't one person. This isn't really about Andrew Tate. There have been always people who selling certainty. Some promise you will become rich. Some promise you will become high value. Some promise they will teach you the secret to success. In my language, there's a saying that I love. A wise man once said, "Give me $1 and I'll teach you the secret to become a millionaire." $1 seemed insignificant, so over 1 million of people gave him $1. That's how he became a millionaire. The lesson isn't about money. It's about being careful when someone promises easy answers to difficult problems. If becoming wealthy, mentally healthy, or finding a great relationship could be explained in one sentence, psychologists, economists, physicians, and researchers wouldn't spend decades studying these subjects. Complex problems deserve thoughtful answers. Confidence is not the evidence. Before I continue, I want to make something very clear. I don't think most people who follow Andrew Tate are bad people. In fact, I think many of them are asking very real questions. They want confidence. They want purpose. They want respect. They want meaningful relationships. They want financial stability. Those are all healthy human needs. The problem isn't the question. The problem is that sometimes the answers they're given are too simple, too divisive, or not supported by good evidence. As a psychologist, we know when people are hurting, they often become more attracted to certainty. And social media has become very good at selling certainty. My goal is not to shame people for who they follow. My goal is to help people think critically so they make informed decisions for themselves. One reason people follow confident influencers is something psychologists called the confidence heuristic. Our brains naturally assume that if someone speaks with complete certainty, they must know what they're talking about. But confidence is not the evidence. Some of the smartest people you will ever meet are comfortable saying, "I don't know." Science changes when new evidence appears. Good science changes when new evidence appears. Good psychology asks questions. Bad psychology claims certainty. So there's an important difference. One statement I've heard from Andrew Tate is that only weak people go to counseling. I don't know about his experience, but I strongly disagree. After being privileged of working with thousands of clients over the years, I work with police officers, correction officers, veterans, business owners, health professionals, executives, athletes, and many other incredible, resilient people. Do you know what they all have in common? At some point, they were willing to ask for help. That's not weakness. That takes courage. The strongest people I know aren't the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who face struggles honestly. I've also heard a statement suggesting depression isn't real because someone doesn't believe in it. Fortunately, science doesn't work that way. Our beliefs don't, whether a medical or psychological condition exists. Research does. Stop blaming the entire group. I've heard a lot of influencers where they blame the entire group for certain concerns. Women are the problems. Men are the problem. Society is the problem. An entire generation is the problem. Psychology paints much more complicated picture. Human behavior comes from personality, experiences, family, culture, biology, learning, relationship, and many other factors. So life is rarely improved by finding someone to blame. It improves when we better understand ourselves. Why this channel exists. That's why I'm here. Not because I have every answer, not because I want to win argument. I believe social media needs more evidence, more nuance, more compassion, more critical thinking. If something I say isn't supported by evidence, challenge me, ask questions, think critically. Don't believe something simply because I said it. Believe it because the evidence supports it. If that sounds valuable to you, I love to have you here. See you in the next video.